and welcome to A Book in 5 Minutes. My name is Lindsay Milner and I'm a training and development consultant working mainly with non-profit organisations to help them to create awesome workplaces. And while I've been doing that, I have read a great deal of books. Business development books, personal development books, books on thinking, books on effective management. And I thought it might be interesting to share some of the insights that I've gained from those books with you. Today's book is focused on business and business development. I'm so sorry about the yappy dog in the background. I'm dog sitting for my daughter this week, and he knows I'm in here and he doesn't like the fact that he's been shut out. So he probably is going to keep up that yapping throughout this recording. Apologies for that. I hope it's not too distracting. So this week's book, as I say, is focused on business development, and it is The Secrets of Successful Sales by Alison Edgar, the entrepreneur's godmother. And she talks about the 4 pillars of successful sales, and the book then goes through these 4 particular pillars. She talks about the behaviours that people adopt in the way that they like to transact, and to sort of separate these out into different types. She uses disc profiling. If you haven't heard of disc profiling, it is quite a well-known behaviour profiling system where you separate people out into their personality types, and they use colour coding to talk about, if you have blue behaviour, that's typically your detail-oriented type of person. The yellow is someone who likes to be the centre of attention and likes to have a bit of an audience and get lots of attention. Reds are task-driven and very focused on getting things done. And greens are very people-oriented. That's an even quicker overview than Alison gives them in her book. So she talks about knowing your own particular behaviour type and or preference, and the people that you're working with to try and sell to, what are their behaviour types? Because the way that you communicate with people will differ depending on the type of behaviour they prefer. The second pillar is the process, and she talks there about the sales process that she adopts, and she's got lots of steps in that about how to do your research, how to effectively question when you're actually going through the sales process with your potential buyer. The third section is on strategy, and for me this is probably the weakest part of the book. It was a little bit confusing to me. She uses the analogy of driving a vehicle, and that's fine, I get that, but it just felt, this particular section just felt a little bit as if it was too much about her journey and how she'd succeeded, and not enough about strategies that you could actually pick up and take away. There were some in there. This is really only a minor sort of detraction, but to me this was kind of the weakest and the most confusing part of the book. And the fourth section is confidence. You can't sell unless you sell with confidence. So there's a lot of stuff in there about, do you believe in the product that you're trying to sell? Because if you don't show that confidence, then, if you're not confident in it, how can your buyer be confident enough to actually buy it from you? I think this book is a really interesting approach. I like that she doesn't do she doesn't make a word, she talks about, let me think, what was it, behaviour, process, strategy and confidence. So it doesn't actually make an anagram, it doesn't make a word, an acronym. Anagram's the wrong word, an acronym is what I was looking for. So this tells me that these are the ones that she really thinks are essential. She hasn't tried to shoehorn them into making an acronym. The other thing is I think the book is it's good for people who are new to sales, who don't really have much experience with sales, because it gives a really good description of the whole process, it's very encouraging, and you know, Alison's personality comes through. I've never met Alison, I don't know her at all, but her personality comes through in the book, which I think is really engaging. And I think also, even if you've got a bit of a background in sales, if you know the theory, if you've got some experience, there's still a lot that you can learn from this book. There's a lot you can take away and apply to improve your own sales processes. So would I recommend this? Absolutely, yes. It really is worth a read. I'd say the only thing I felt was a little bit confusing was about the strategy. So I'd probably revisit that and try to pull the lessons out about how could I apply that to my own sales process to develop a strategy. But other than that, there is so much value in here if you want to get better at sales, whether you're within an organisation or whether you're running your own business and you want to improve your sales techniques for your own business. So that's today's book in 5 minutes. Alison Edgar, The Entrepreneur's Godmother, The Secrets of Successful Sales. Let me know what you think. I'd love to see your comments in the comments box below, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week for a book in 5 minutes. Bye.